Yo, press record. What's up? You're listening to Zero to X. My name is Daniel, and today with me, as always, my guy.
Hey guys, it's Amara.
What's up? What's up?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing now?
Good, man. Good, man. Good, man.
How was your week?
The week was good.
I asked this question, but I know the answer. This is one of those rare occasions where I know the answer.
I came to shoot today, and Amara told me, bro, I'm achieving work-life balance.
Again.
I was like, guy, must be nice.
Must be nice.
Like, bro, I don't know what you're on, but you've done this like 2-3 times this year already.
Bro.
Yeah. I like, but I'm happy to report that I think I'm on the way to finally achieving
Progress.
work-life balance by the end of this month. Like, definitely for sure, I'm definitely on the way. Like, it had to be an intentional effort because, bruh, guys, when I came to shoot, one of our guys was like, Daniel, I sent you something since. I just put it to Amara, like, ask him if I answered this.
Guys, the way Daniel aired me this week, man.
Everybody. But you know what's crazy? I knew this was asking, I was like, if this thing is important, how he knows I don't respond, he would actually call.
Yeah.
If it's something important, he would actually call.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, guys, like, they threw an entire grenade into
your workflow.
into my workflow, man. I was like, nah, man, I just had to no more, to use a metaphor, no more too deep in, just take that plunge into the deep end and like...
Guys, you hear more about
swim.
This in coming episodes.
Bro, you hear more about this in coming episodes. Like I said, like...
Daniel was giving me behind the scenes. I was like,
Like, guys,
going hard.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely
like everything that we said, that, like, guys, that's the whole point of this. This is fun because we're 0 to X in writing your front.
Yeah.
So that when we're talking about the stories, we can point you. Hopefully by then we would have developed the gift of remembering what episode we said things.
Do you understand? I'll just be like some episodes ago. I can't remember the exact episode, man.
Bro,
and it's only going to get like a lot more. There's only going to be a lot more episodes.
But guys, do you realize that we're close to 30 episodes, man?
Bro.
We are actually close to 30 episodes. And what's and the crazy part is that we would have been further along.
Yep.
If not for like the interruptions we had in the year and what.
It's been an interesting year.
It's been an interesting year,
It's
man.
interesting to also see how life is just willing to every day throw challenges at you. Every day without fail. Like, your job is to fight back.
Bro, like
insist your will, or else, man, or else it's gonna be crazy.
One of the things I think I'm going to start learning or doing more or pay more attention to are, you know how there have been these principles like Ikigai, Kaizen, Japanese principles of productivity. There seem to be a lot of them. I saw an Instagram post. I think it was by Math Gray or Behavior Hack, and it was just or some of these guys on Twitter that do all these like building your life as a man, as a father, those kind of channels on Twitter or on Instagram, those kind of accounts rather on Twitter or on Instagram. And I was like, well, like 8 Japanese principles, and I saw them and I was like, Especially if you've been following us closely the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about how important it is to not trivialize the aspire to perspire quotes and reels that you see on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I was looking at them. I was looking at them and I was like, this would be really, really fun to focus and apply or build the habit of. I was like, this is definitely something I'm going to throw myself in at a point in time to level up my level of productivity, my level of calm, my level of ease, my level of flow. Because, and I thought about it, I was like, I think Toyota is Japanese. And I think they were the ones that popularized the machine line assembly, that entire concept of doing things like producing machines.
Honestly.
So yeah, I think it's them. I might be mistaken. I apologize if I am. I don't think.
But it will either be them or Ford.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
Yeah, but I think it was Toyota. Yes, the entire assembly line. Okay, yeah, like. But I was like, Japanese doing. I was like, yeah, definitely does make a lot of sense. So I'm looking forward to what those look like. For sure. I already said how your week was a little, that you achieved work-life balance for the second or third time this year.
Bro.
So, guys, last week I was chaotic.
I remember saying last week that I can't remember if it was exactly last week, but I
Mhm.
remember saying that I realized that one reason why I find myself struggling once in a while with
Yeah.
balance is because I work with Evernote and I
And
work with
Notion,
Notion.
and some things were Notion and they didn't make it into Evernote.
Yeah. So I
Guys,
had,
systems, man. Like when you make systems sacrosanct, when you make them sacred, that they work for
I had
you.
to tidy up everywhere.
I hear that.
I had to tidy up everywhere.
I hear that.
I think I was telling Babe, I can't remember, that I usually find that one beautiful way for me to examine every area of my life is when I journal. So I find that the moment I take out my Notion and I'm working out how my day went, everything just starts coming together. I start seeing where the lapses are in my weekly flows and my daily, and then I'm able to tidy up based off of that.
I hear that,
I
hear
but
that.
It was a good week. It was a good week. And I particularly like the amount of push I gave myself workout wise, bro.
That's good.
Bro, my chest was on fire. I was
Love it. Love it so much.
Dude. It's crazy because I haven't felt this level of pain, and definitely in workout. Pain is pain.
Burn, yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't felt that in a while.
That's good.
I've been feeling it, but like not this level.
Yeah, that's
bro,
good.
I was like,
that's good.
I've not felt this in so long.
That's good. I love it so much.
So yeah, just finding myself pushing.
I love it so much.
Finding myself pushing. I'm absolutely loving the day-to-day, man.
Oh, for sure. Like,
absolutely loving the day-to-day.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to accept a lot more these days that this is how it's going to be for a while. I mean, it's easy. So the thing is, there is mindset is almost how you accomplish everything.
100%.
So you find that if you accept this, I put this in one of my Instagram posts, that you find that if you accept that, oh yeah, this is what my reality, the reality of my life is going to look like for the next 5-10 years. It's easier to wake up every day and just think about, oh yeah, and I've not done this, I need to do this, as opposed to trying to make it a sort of deadline. Oh, this was, I'm trying to meet a 1 year goal, one thing. Like there is usually a lot more pressure on you, as opposed to we're just waking up and thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to brush twice a day for the rest of my life, and so I have to just make that second brush happen.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So changing the perspective to accept that a lot of these things are going on in my life right now, will continue to go on.
Are essentially lifestyle changes.
Exactly.
Remember how we talked about that in the first couple of episodes? Episode 2, where we were like, before we adopt a goal, we have to make sure it's a worthy lifestyle change. I know I said that for one, and I know you concurred.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about where you're at. It's like, I mean, it's always very encouraging to know that building is going well, because bro, it's in the day-to-day, it's in the trenches of it, and it's very meaningful. It's very useful to be able to take that step back to keep in mind the big picture of what it is that you're trying to build, which kind of brings me into what I suggested to Amara we talk about today. Let me give a little context here. I like movies about power play. Yeah. I like movies that show human psychology in leadership, in politics, in strategy, all of these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something my pastor once said. It was a meeting that we're in, and it was like, guys, the moment there is more than one person.
You've quoted it before.
I've quoted this before. Bro, like the moment like 2 or 3 people, there's politics in that thing already.
Yeah.
And so like just seeing the power play, seeing the fact that there are interests and there are agendas that must be held and whatnot. So it kind of, and it's been something like working with the incredible bosses and mentors and big brothers I've had the opportunity of meeting, especially like the last 2-3 years. Like you're like, guys, these guys are on it, man. And like there is a seeming master plan. So what you might hear it told as is, what's your 5-year goal, what's your 10-year goal? Yeah, there's one of my bosses, and I like to like use his words. He calls it plotting. Like, guy, are you sure you're plotting? Like, are you thinking of all the pieces, all the people? Like, he's not saying be self-serving, but he's saying be very aware of your interests and where you're going.
Well said.
Like, be very well aware of your interest and where you're going, because it's very easy for you to lose sight of it.
Yeah.
Trust me, there is a figure salary that can make you very comfortable that you forget your dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is such a good time you can be having that will make you complacent.
Yes.
So the thing is that, like, how do you, in the first place, set what this big picture idea what this big picture plan is, what this plot is, and how does this stay top of mind for you in the day-to-day of the grind of the building to know that, okay, my interests are
they're in alignment.
Are aligned with everything that it is that I'm doing, because it's a very important part of what we're doing. See, if you're going to be as ambitious as we are daring you to be
this episode might
on
be
this
long.
podcast, like, see, it's about the value that we are able to give our audience at the end of the day.
Man. Keep going.
It's because it's like, if you are going to dare to be as ambitious as Amara and Daniel are daring you to be, you need resources, you need people, you need discipline, you need organization, you need leadership, you need management, there are a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of pieces that you need to be able to like move in tandem and keep track of. Like,
bro,
are you sure you're not getting lost in it?
Bro.
In the thick of things. Are you sure that you've forgotten why you went to go and work there? Why you said you were going to take this job at this particular time? Guys, Amara did it was strategic. I've probably not seen a more intentional person in my life, not just because like he's my brother and he's my co-host, but bro, he did work for a very specific time. Bro, there is a plot. You're not getting lost in the thick of things. You understand? You're not just cutting in a forest trying to make your way, and then someone climbs to the top of the tree and said, I'm a wrong jungle.
Wrong jungle.
Do you understand? Oh my God! Bro!
That's like, wild to say.
So, the point of this podcast is that, guy, babe, you need to know what you're doing with your life. What's the plan? See, there was really interesting research. This episode is
going to be long, bro.
There was really interesting research. Brian Tracy, one of like the godfathers of the self-development, like space, like he is him. Do you understand? He quoted a research publication, and he was like, some people did so I think the subject matter was like graduates from a Harvard program or from one school or Ivy League program and whatnot. And they tried to find what was the most common denominator for success, the thing that predicated success the most in people. And over the course, I think it spanned for a couple of years or decades, 2025 if I'm not mistaken, thereabouts. It was a long-term research work, and they found out that the most common predictor of success was long-term thinking, long-term perspective.
Interesting.
How far ahead are you thinking? And weighing your actions in the day-to-day in relation to that. I know that the English did not gel very well.
No,
but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
like
I
the point is that
enough.
They are evaluating their decisions right now based on the goals they want to. And it's not this year goal. Yeah. It's not the main actual calendar year goal. Yeah. It's 5-10 years. I showed Amara a quote about something that we were both talking. I was like, Daniel, you're saying what I'm saying. If I'm going to do anything, I'm giving this thing at least 5 solid years.
5 solid years of my
input. Do you understand?
5 years.
5 solid years.
Like because that's the thing. When you think about these things, the average person is not thinking 5 years.
100%.
The average person is probably just going through.
We don't realize how much the average person is not thinking. Yeah. Guys, it is so easy to level up in this life. It's so the moment you have intention. Like just saying, oh, I want to intentionally make something of my life. What does this plan look like? And it might take you a while to figure out. Yeah. But the important thing is that there is a plan. Yeah. That there is a master plan that you're figuring out.
Yes. And then you decide, I want to intentionally do this for like 5 years.
Bro! You might not be so hard.
You might not get to where you want to get to. But I can guarantee you
that is easily above
that you cannot be near average.
You can't be mediocre.
You cannot.
At that point in time, the moment you said I want to take my life seriously, you are in the top 5 to 10% of human beings in the world right now. The moment you say I want to take my life seriously, and it's not just they said how do I put this? It's not just about I was going to reference a quote, but I realized that it doesn't exactly translate over into what the point I wanted to make. Yeah. But the thing about intention and being intentional, being intentional is a thing you do. It's not just a thing you think. So you don't. It just doesn't stay as oh, I have the intention of doing this. No, you have being intentional about the things you're doing. So, like, guys, the point of this podcast is what is the big play?
That's the big play
for your life? What is that 5, 10, 20, 30-year goal? What is that vision that is so big, that is so compelling? What are the milestones that you need to achieve in 5, 10 years, in 20 years? I tell people that, see, my life up until I'm probably 50, I kind of know what I'm going to be doing every point in time.
I don't know that I'll same.
I kind of know. It might not be in incredible detail.
From 50, I feel like
it might not be in incredible detail.
Probably maybe tone down a bit. I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Yeah, it might not be incredible. I have I'm going to be involved in this. I'm going to be involved in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be involved in this. And why is having this long-term perspective important? We can easily reference the episode where we talked about how I ranted about the fact that I was worth a couple tens of thousands a day. And Amara said something really, really important. Like, doing that kind of exercise lets you know the things you give your time to.
Yeah.
You will not be doing nonsense with your time. Yeah. Like, you will know the things to say no to when you are mission driven, when you are locked in, you're laser focused, you're tunnel visioned on, okay, this is the big play that I feel fulfills me and makes the world a better place. That's what I would suggest that you do. Those two things. It fulfills me and it makes the world a better place in some way, form, or shape. I think those are two things that a grand enough, compelling enough vision must do. I have never seen people that found fulfillment in just doing things for themselves. I think a sense of fulfillment, but ultimately a sense of fulfillment comes from, I did something for someone else.
Yeah, usually that's where as humans we like to. I'm looking for the words. The words are failing me.
Yeah.
But there's this thing as humans where we like to. There's a fulfillment that comes from doing things for others.
Yeah.
So when it's as grand as it can be,
bro,
there is a lot more
like that, like those kind of things like keep you up at night. I like how I know I reference basketball a lot, and I reference Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is my personal favorite basketball player. LeBron is my GOAT. MJ is a god. That's how I put it. Well, there's something Kobe Bryant says. You think that these guys work so hard so that they can get into the league and be superstars, and maybe there was that. But then it comes to a point where you'd hear incredible stories about Kobe Bryant playing through 100-degree fevers or flus or sicknesses rather, beg your pardon. Michael Jordan doing this very same thing. And Kobe will be like, he does that because he knows that somewhere in the stands, in the seats, there is a fan that would have begged his mom and his dad that he wants to see Kobe Bryant play. So he cannot afford to not show up, to let that person down, to not have a great game, because that might be some people's only chance to ever watch the Kobe Bean Bryant play
live in
real life.
Bruh.
My guy will tell you almost firsthand, NBA tickets is not cheap. It's not cheap. So, but again, that drive.
Yeah.
Now in the NBA, you hear people talking about load management and whatnot. Load management, as you are deciding the number of games you play, so you manage how your body is, how your health is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like be reckless or don't think or care for your body, but
like this guy has
quality. Like he thought it was bigger. Yeah. It was bigger than bro. It was bigger than just I want to be.
Because what other reason will want to make you play through sickness?
See, do you know what it means to be like, you know how sick you get? Like, the worst sickness you've had in your life is what he had and played through and probably still put up a 30-point night performance.
Anyway,
do you understand?
So where do you think we should start?
Like, I like how you said this podcast is going to be long, because I think it's going to
I don't know. I honestly don't know if we should just make it long or do part 1 and part 2.
No, let's see where the conversation goes.
Let's see where the conversation goes. I feel like this topic needs to be properly explored.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do too. So the point is, there must be that grand, very clear vision.
I like to think about the eulogy thing we did when we when we talked about this in one of the previous episodes. We did this many years ago. I honestly can't even remember. It's probably 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 3 and 5 years ago. And myself and Daniel sat down and basically asked ourselves, what do we want to be remembered for?
I remember where we were.
I think it's a very important place to start because it helps you, first of all, learn to know what's priority. It's family priority. Is because if you don't establish that family is priority,
guy, there are so many things.
Guy, you put family in the backseat. Family will just in our backseat.
Just being. He's in our
backseat. Bro.
Just being, man.
Bro, so you must establish what is important.
Who do you want around you on your deathbed? Like, what's the sentiments?
And by the time you get that out of the way, the next thing would now be, okay, we have established what is most important, because doing that will also help you be able to identify what is an opportunity and what is a distraction.
Yeah, this thing you just said. See, bro, we need to reiterate this. Once you have aligned with the things that are priority in your life, this time I just said is a very important distinction. You'll be able to distinguish between what is an opportunity and what is a distraction.
Yeah.
That's such a powerful point.
Yeah.
Go on.
Bro. So in line with this, I then remember something else I personally did. And when you think about the level of achievement, you might not be able to fathom 50 years down the line.
100%.
You might not be able to fathom 30 years down the line. But I'm sure you can fathom 5, 10 years.
You can fathom 5, 10.
Yes.
5, 10. I agree.
Yeah. So by the time you decide on what 5, 10 years should look like, you want your 5, 10 years to look like. Next thing would now be, okay, we need to begin to scale down. We need to bring it closer to home.
Bring it closer to home, 100%.
And to do that, let's use practical examples. Okay. Let's say you want to be one of the top names in the legal space in Nigeria, right? In 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
That means the next thing would now be, how do you construct your life in a way?
See, bro, I love that you are using this example because the amount of plotting, which is the point of this episode, guys.
Yeah.
See, like there are so many things we can double click into, and we will just flow as the conversation like leads us, the energy of the conversations.
Yeah.
We'll try our very best to like establish the anchor points and the main takeaways from here.
Yeah.
But guys, it's very important that the point that we remember, the point of what this episode is trying to say, so this is an anchor point, is the fact that stay plotting.
Yeah.
You must always be plotting. Yeah. You must always keep in your mind, what is the big picture? Like the things that I'm doing, are they aligned with the interest and the grand goal that I have? If that's what you know, if it's a distraction or if it's a worthy cause for you to continue to take advantage of.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like state that before we double click into it. Yeah. So you were
before we even go granular, I just remembered something else that, and that thing you need to keep in mind is if you aren't able to even think so far ahead in terms of 50 years accomplishments, you should be able to at least say what's unique, what difference do you want to make? What impact or difference do you want to make? What is your unique value on the planet? And I like that these conversations are happening in 0 to X because not everybody in the world will be thinking about unique impact. Yeah. We agree. This is not for everybody.
This isn't for everybody.
We know. But for the tiny percent of us who are thinking big, you're thinking, okay, what is that level of impact I want to have? You've established all of these things. Now you're thinking 5, 10 years, and then you're thinking, okay, based off of those things, clarity is super important.
Bro.
Super important.
And something magical happens when you start having these thoughts. A lot of magical things happen. But first of all, like, there is a sense of purpose you start to have. Like, I matter, I mean something. Yeah. But beyond that, it is a case, once you start putting your thoughts, your energies towards it and trying to figure what this should look like, this phenomenon of when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Bro, the pointers is like serendipity and synchronicity just come into and start putting things at the place.
Everything just begins to
like,
align.
Bro, just like, see, this I'm making this point to double click into what Amara said about clarity. that the moment you start to focus your mind on this, it's as if I don't know what to attribute this to.
Yeah.
I'm Christian, so I will attribute it to my faith in God.
Yes,
and whatnot.
yes.
As Christian, I will attribute my faith in God,
Yeah.
and I would like things are aligning as they should for me to fulfill destiny or purpose.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. But there is just how things just begin to align.
Mm-hmm.
Like the clarity you experience, especially if you stay with that thing long enough.
Yes.
This is your life you are talking about.
Yes.
You should not be in a hurry to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
If it takes you a full year to develop, I'm not saying it will.
Yeah.
Because you want to stay in a place where you are excited by the thoughts enough to go into action, into taking that very first step in your plot. Mm-hmm. That's the space you always want to be in.
Yeah.
Aware of the big picture enough to show that more. Stay motivated. Let's work.
Yeah.
But motivated enough that I can take that next step. You're not overwhelmed or.
No, I want to speak about being overwhelmed. I feel like being overwhelmed is still a pointer to lack of clarity.
I agree.
It might not be for every case, but at least I speak specifically to my case. That I find that being it's usually two things for me. Being overwhelmed is usually a pointer to lack of clarity. One, two, being overwhelmed is usually a pointer to the volume of work. But to speak on the two, so here's what I learned from one of my others. Again, I reference him a lot because a lot of things I learned come from him, right? And I'm speaking about Pastor Ejimi. And something I learned from him and something I listened to recently. He talked about being able to get very granular. I'm granular. I'm granular, but he took it to a different level.
Bro, you don't understand. Bro, like guys,
let's talk a little bit. Just this thing is the plotting.
This is the plot, guys. See, you cannot afford to get tired or Daniel and Amara double. Guys, this is what living an extraordinarily great life looks like.
Guys,
don't be deceived.
Let me break it down a bit for you. So you have 10-year goals. You have 5-year goals.
Yeah.
Right. You probably have your 12 months, which is a 1-year goal.
Yeah.
And then you have a 6-year goal. These things need to be able to tie into each other in some way.
Bro, we can almost end the podcast here. This thing that you just said. See, this is what we said about plotting, about scheming. Like these words get a kind of negative rap because it's about self-interest.
Yes.
But you have things you want to do. Good things, that's self-interest.
Yeah.
So, see, this thing Amara just said about everything needing to tie into everything at the end of the day. Finished. I know, but I don't want them to miss this point. So, my own job is just to,
your job is
this is an anchor point. Note this. This. We'll go on.
So, in line with this as well, like I said, I consider myself to be very heavy on being as clear and as detailed as possible.
Yeah.
But my mind was recently blown. That's why I said I think this episode is going to be long.
Yeah.
Because here's how. Let me use myself as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have this 1-year goal. I have this 6-month goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't have really said that every single step in my day-to-day was going to tie to my 1-year goal. It was more or less like, let's say, from 0% all the way to like 60%. I understand. 60 to 100 is wherever the grace of God has. You get?
Yeah.
But here's what he did. Guys, this blew my mind. He said you will set goals to the point where you have 24-hour deadlines. Let me give you an example for what I mean.
Guys, please don't get lost. This will make sense.
What is the implication? Yeah. If you decide that, let's use social media posting because it's very relatable to everybody.
Yeah.
So you want to start posting on.
You want to build a brand.
Yes, you want to build a brand on social media, and you want to start posting on social media, right? And let's say you want to have. You don't control the amount of followers you can have.
100%.
You can only control the amount of posts and the quality of posts.
The output, the content you produce.
Yes, so you must be aware of what you control so that you don't get frustrated over the things you can't control.
Yeah, you're dropping gems, man.
But again, I say that to say this, which I learned from you. I say that to say this. That At the end of the day, by the time you realize, okay, in 1 year I want to have this magnitude of a brand on social media.
Yeah.
And you look at your day-to-day. If your day-to-day does not tie into the goal for that 1 year, the day-to-day is not concrete enough yet. You must be able, these 24-hour deadlines mean that there is an implication, there is a cost for not hitting. Let's say you were supposed to put out 3 or 4 posts today, and you only put out 2. How does that affect your end goal? You get, so you see how your 24-hour deadline.
You have to be 24
granular. Bro, I was granular down to the weekly and mostly to the daily as well. I'm granular down to the daily.
Yeah,
we know this.
Yeah.
But I've never thought about the implication of missing something, of just letting it slide. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it next week. And then you never get to do it. If you don't understand the cost of missing that thing and how it affects your goal, you're still your plotting is not done. You need to go back to the board.
You're not plotting.
you are plotting, but your plotting is not done. Bro, when I got to understand this, it blew my mind so much because I had to go back to the drawing board.
Bro, every single day matters.
Bro, every day matters.
Bro, every single day matters.
Every day matters. If you're taking a break, you know that
that break is an intentional, strategic break.
It's part of the plan.
It's not because you are tired.
It's part of the plan.
It's strategic. Lord.
Dude, when he said the thing, I was like, this is plotting. When I was like, bro, this, dude, Daniel, I went back to my drawing board this past week. I was re-examining everything. I was like, no. I need to tidy up this corner. I need to tidy up this one.
Like,
I need to put some cross
is this greatness?
Cross some T's and dot some I's to make sure this is greatness. Bro, that's how granular everything. So faith, family, finances, personal development, mental health, physical health, business, whatever it is.
See, you know what? Let me drag people that are neglecting their health. You think you are working and you're not sleeping, you're not eating right, you're not exercising. I understand more than most people that there are seasons that you might need to do that extra push.
Yes.
But that's not how you are supposed to live.
Yes.
It is not. See, the human body is a machine. Like there are people that will be able to describe.
That's a whole other conversation.
It's a whole different thing. But see, do not be part of the people that will think that sacrificing your health for work is a good idea. It is not. It is a gamble that will fail. Great people ahead of us have told us. Great people that are here now have told us. Medical professionals have told us. I have experienced it. It is a gamble that will fail. You need to see rest, eating, going on vacation.
Analogy. Let me use the analogy. I'm so sorry to question, but I think the analogy will drive you very close to home. Guys, think about it like this. There is a table. Everything on that table, let's think about that table, imaginary table right now. On that table, we have your finances. On that table, we have your partner. On that table, you have your kids. On that table, you have your siblings. On that table, you have your mental health. You have your
work, career.
On that table, you have your career. On that table, you have your business. On that table, you have everything. But guess what the table is? Your health. The table is your health.
That's it.
If the table breaks, everything breaks. Everything breaks.
See, guys, I need us to drop the mentality that you are a performer.
You are
an elite athlete. That's you need. I'm not saying you should go Olympic level and this thing, but see, guys, the kind of community of people that we are hoping that we are inspiring everybody to be is that they look at you and like, that guy is bad. I know this baby is different. Like they speak of you in myth and legends. Like they are in awe that if they just mention, like, see, bro, I've told you about how I feel about certain people in operations and leadership and in institute. And like when they say that this person just came into this industry and this. Like you can, there is LeBron James said, I know my name comes with winning. Got to LA in the first 2 years, I already won. Bro, people know what you are known for. There is a particular demand that would have
on you. Yes.
And you have to be, if you want to sustain that, and sustain is the word for it. Your health
as long as you want, and
so
as long as possible.
There is an amount of attention.
Yes.
You need to give
your body and mind.
Your body and your mind.
Yeah. Body and mind. Man.
Don't play with it though.
Body and mind, man.
See, sleeping, eating, working out, even if it's just like your 5K daily walks, your 10K daily walks, choosing that, I'm not going to take this drink today. Drinks will come to this table another day.
Thank God I've left that table for you. All of you are that table. That was part of my own New Year resolution. I've left two people behind. I'm doing well, 5 months strong.
You know. See, guys, these things, it is strategic.
Oh my God.
You see, you are plotting, guys. Stay scheming. Plotting. And plotting is, it's 10 p.m. I need to be rounding up. I need to go and sleep by 11 sharp so that I'm up by 5, 6.
Yeah.
That's plotting.
Yeah.
That's plotting.
Bro, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about. But again, circling back to what the point of this is, what we want you to leave this place with, hopefully, is the inspiration and probably the know-how in some way on how to roadmap yourself from what success looks like to you down to where you are.
Exactly.
Where am I currently? I'm in A. I want to get to, okay, what is the B, C, D, E, F, G, H till that point? That's what we want to leave you with. Amara made very, very strong points. First of all, there has to be a clarity of what it is.
Clarity. If you don't know what you're looking for, everything will look like destination.
That's such a powerful point.
Everything will look like destination. You must be clear on what is my own destination.
See, bro, big caveats for people that are multi-talented that can learn a lot.
Yeah.
They call it the shiny object syndrome, wanderlust. Everything looks like a good idea.
Yeah.
But when you know that you are plotting, when you know you can say no. Why? And it's easy to say no. You've evaluated it. It doesn't align.
Yeah.
It doesn't align with what I want to do. Guys, I'm like this might be one of the more serious sounding episodes that we have.
Daniel is high on these guys.
But guys, see, each detail matters. Like, look at the level of granularity Amara just described.
Bro,
blew even my mind, and I think I'm a granular person.
Bro, I thought I was granular.
See, guys, this is the point you need to be in. And again, like we said, this is not for everybody. Not everybody wants to live an extraordinary, ambitious life. The community we're inspiring here, I can easily say, if we end up being 1,000 strong in 2 years, 10,000 strong in 2 years, you can count that these are 10,000 people that are at the top of their fields.
Yes.
That's the community we are looking to inspire.
Yes.
So, like, you see, they have to be talking about you in myth and legends. It doesn't fall on your laps. It doesn't fall on your laps. It's about you thinking, okay, we emphasize that clarity is important, but even if you can't get everything like at once, that one that you've understood that, okay, this is a thing I can hold on to. Reverse engineer it back. We've talked about this in an episode before.
Yes.
Reverse engineering success.
How to reverse engineer this.
You bring it back and you'll be like, okay, I need to do this. I need to make this connection. I need to make this. Guys, if
we didn't even talk about people.
Build,
we just talked about.
See these people thing, networking. And
that's a whole episode.
That's what we're saying. You need to know what each milestone, each step looks like. You need to have a vague idea of where, and I'm trying my best to not project the fact that I'm a master planner, I will not lie.
Yeah.
I'm able to think of things I know the first 2, 3, 4, 5 days to do, and the month I'm step 2.
To establish that.
Yeah, so establish not everybody will be able to exactly to think as far.
So clearly. We must point out that there's two kinds of people.
Yeah.
There's big picture people, and then there's very attention to detail kind of people. Do you get?
Yeah.
But whatever the case is, it's important that you're able to at least establish some level of clarity. Clarity is super important.
That clarity of knowing, okay, this is what I'm about to do. This is how you tell people no. This is how you tell opportunities no.
Yes.
This is how you know, okay, this is a very good idea.
I've turned down jobs in this life.
This is a useful... see, guys, you might probably get a sense of how smart Amara is. And I could easily tell you right now, if Amara was to take a regular job at any agency or consulting or big whatever company,
bro,
we'll be having an entirely different conversation in so many ways. I know the value like he has, like having been guys with him for the past how many 4 years?
4 years plus now.
2018.
Yeah.
4+ years now. I know, like, easily I can see. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but see, there is a way Amara says the no, or doesn't even consider them in the first place. Why? At that picture of where it's going.
Like, this doesn't help the picture.
Jonah,
this doesn't fit the puzzle.
It doesn't fit my plans.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to turn down opportunities when they look so great in the short term. They look so good. Like, bro, I'm just like, bro, like I want this because of this immediate gratification I get from it.
You're making such a really useful
point. How well are you able to delay gratification?
Guys, this thing needs courage. And
bro.
Funny enough,
sometimes you might want to even consider regret. Sometimes you might want, and I'm just like, I made that decision. I'm fine with it. I know where I'm going. I will keep pushing.
There is this thing that I have said to myself often, and I found that I've been saying it to a couple of people as well recently.
Okay.
Because I used to have a problem with starting things. I'm a starter. I can start, but I'm a master strategist. Yeah. But following through, consistently and finishing up, not my strongest suit. A way I combined that was a lesson I learned from John Maxwell. Like, staff your weaknesses.
Bro.
Do business.
John Maxwell, Ray Dalio, they talk about this.
See, go into things with people that, okay, you need all of these things to do to be able to get this ship from.
It's nothing to be shy about or shameful about. No.
A master leader
knows your strengths and weaknesses.
I am the best at this. I'm not so good at this. If we are going to get from here to here, I need all these things. Oh yeah, who are the best people in the world we can find to do this?
Yes. And if you think that if you think that you are an exceptional person and don't have weaknesses, you're joking. You just haven't identified them. So the earlier you're able to identify them and staff them, the better for you. Definitely, we're all at different points in our lives where we can't afford to employ people. That's fine if you can't afford to employ people right now, but you must be aware of what those weaknesses are and how those weaknesses are limiting your ability to get to the next level. So sometimes staffing is super important, man.
Asking a friend for help in terms of accountability, building certain competencies yourself. The point is this. One of the points, and one of the many points that will be made in this episode is this. Guys, think of this as a mega-sode. That's honestly what I'm going to tell you. Think of this as a mega-sode. One of the many points that we're going to make here is this. The community of people that we're building, we're inspiring at 0 to X, are a group of highly competent people. Very best, top 1% in their fields. Because there is a dog in your mind who wants you to attack life and your goals and your ambitions with. Like, you have to see, if you move and roll with 0 to X, one of two things. You already either hate mediocrity like an idiot, or you're on your way to. Like, you can't see your life being ordinary.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Yeah.
And we are telling you that if you're going to be ambitious, if you are going to dare to be extraordinary, granularity, the details of, from here to here, you don't need to have everything, but the ones you have, and you have a conviction. This is the point I made about when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You might not necessarily know everything. We advise, of course, that you do your research. We expect that you do your research on, okay, this is a path I can take to get into this particular point. And sometimes it's important that you do your research before making certain decisions. For instance, I'll give an example of myself. When I was in school, it was the trendiest thing to code. It was the sexiest thing to do. Write code.
Talked about this on the episode, how to do your life.
Exactly, But then I was like, everybody's writing code, and we're in a space where everybody was using an elephant to kill an ant. Why? Because they were learning technologies that were useful and exciting in some context, but they couldn't find how to apply them in their localized space or context. And I was like, this is unnecessary. This is inefficient. Do you understand? I now felt, there is a need for there to be a Steve Jobs to their Steve Wozniak. There has to be someone that can balance strategy and common sense and reasoning. So I left writing code. I abandoned as a career choice. Why? Because I didn't know that there was such a thing called product manager.
Bro.
And it is a natural evolution. It's easily a natural evolution from writing code.
Yeah.
You understand? There are a lot of opportunities that I would have afforded myself, if I took that path at the end of the day. That would have helped the chances and the opportunities and the looks I want to have in life.
Research, bro.
Do you understand? So, my people, as much as you can research, as much as you can learn, please ask questions.
I think it's super important that you think about the. There was a way he also said it. My Oga, the top again. There was a way he said it. He said, "As these things, the guy, he drops gems. By the grace of God, I'm learning from him too." So he said, whenever you want to achieve something, this is something he does. Let's say you want to have 10 million naira. In the next 2 years in your bank account. Just a random example. You want to have 10 million naira in your bank account in the next 2 years. Find somebody who has been able to get 100 million in their own bank account within the past 2 to 5 years. So you're basically saying that you expect that if you can learn everything, you can reverse engineer everything this person did. You can learn their processes, their systems, their habits, their business, what business they chose, whatever thing you need to learn about them. You learn all these things and you implement all those things. Even if you can't get their exact 100 million in the bank account, you can get 10%.
100%.
And you end up from 100 million, you end up with your 10 million.
10 million, that makes sense.
I always said,
that makes sense.
Oh God,
that makes
that gem.
A lot of
that
sense.
Makes so much
that
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
That's why I remember one time, one of the episodes, I was saying that Elon Musk is too far sometimes to think about wanting to make examples with. Sometimes it's easier to make analogies and examples with people that we can have a sense of what their journey looked like. So if you can find that person and say, oh yeah, this person is running, let's say, a hotel or something, and I would like to run my own hotel. This person is running 5 hotels. And I would like to run my own hotel in the next 1 year. This person set up 10 hotels in the past, in the past 2 years. Bro, you need to find out everything.
Hold that person's
thorough, bro. Thorough study. Thorough understudy, if possible. Everything you would learn and implement like crazy. Implement like crazy, bro. You end up.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
10% of that person's output.
That's the truth, guys. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, and this is one of the more unapologetic episodes that we will do, because we won't try to be accommodating, because we're saying, see, there is good, there is great, there's unstoppable. There are certain things that are acceptable at different levels. That you can wing, that you can say, okay, it's not my personality to be very detail oriented, it's not my personality to be very big picture. But there's a place where you get to, you will learn your personality, or you will start see. It must shall be accounted for.
Yes. It must be accounted for. That's it.
It cannot be a miss.
You can't just leave it to chance and just say, oh yeah.
You can't be missing it. For instance, I told people, like, see, I'm not the best doer. I'm a thinker. Strategy, blah blah. That's what I run operations.
Let everybody go and operate.
Bro,
let them do.
Bro, I run operation. Guy, I'm operating the operation by myself. If I don't do my job, the company will close. Everything that the engineers, customer success, everybody is.
I just learned this one this year, though. This thing about like being able to fully identify what your strengths and weaknesses are, and basically put whatever those weaknesses. Because at the end of the day, you are a machine.
At the end of the day,
you are operating as a machine, and the intention of this machine is to achieve a big goal. So if you think about yourself like a machine, you must realize that there is the thinker, the designer you. We mentioned this in the
last episode. It was such a powerful.
There is the designer you, and there is the doer you, the worker. So there's two versions of this machine. The person who is overseeing the machine as the designer, who is responsible for making sure all the parts of the machine do the things that they are required to do, and then there's the worker, the machine itself.
That's the actual doing, the day-to-day execution.
Exactly.
Trenches,
So that designer must be able to realize what parts of the machine are not being optimal. The moment the designer realizes, oh, these parts are not being optimal, this person struggles with this person struggles with this, this person struggles with this. Bro, find ways as quickly as possible. It might take you months, might take you weeks, might take you a year, whatever the case is.
No matter how long you're talking about.
Find ways to make that machine as efficient as possible. That's why people hire teams, man.
100%.
Because you realize at the end of the day, you can't do everything.
You can't do everything by yourself,
man.
You cannot.
Especially when you want to skill.
If you can't learn every skill, you can't take every course to learn every skill.
Bruh.
Yeah. Obviously, like at first, you might have to do everything by yourself. But how you know you are good is when you can afford to now outsource certain things to people that are better than you are.
And it's important to try to always hire the best. Always super important.
See, there's a question. I refer to this book, Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future by Ashley Vance. That's the biography by Ashley Vance. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a question Elon Musk asks. He says, whenever he wants to hire somebody, he says, who is the best distinct person in the world?
The best hire the best.
Yeah, bro, that's that. Because
the
it takes the best to stay the... James. It's not my James. It doesn't matter. James. Drop it.
The best hire the best.
The rest hire the rest. Drop this knowledge. Drop this wisdom. Let's hear a word. Oh, guys, by the way, Amara's other name is Wisdom, so don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Oh, yeah, bro, that's such a powerful point. Yeah. Right. So, again, guys, maybe it might be useful for us to land this here. Know what it is that you want to do. That vision, that big picture, you need to have it. I don't expect that in a year or two from now, people who have listened to this episode
wouldn't have big pictures.
Pictures.
So we're not telling you that this thing will take you overnight.
Yeah, no, it didn't take me overnight. Because see, there are multiple layers to this. There's you first thinking about it. There's you doubting that I can do it. You first like, no. Yeah, bro.
I was forced to go and look back at the things I wrote some days ago. That I wrote years ago. I was forced to look back at them some days ago. I was like, those were hairy auditions,
bro.
Look at them now. And I'm like, okay, I can do them.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's you writing that there's you doubting yourself for a long time.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't stay too long there. There's you now building conviction that we go run them. There's you now building conviction that it's my bet right. This is my contribution to the world.
And I deserve this.
So there's all the stages that you go through. So I'm not saying it's going to take you a day or a week or a whatever.
Yeah.
And then this is that sign to that person. You have all the parts, all the moving parts in your head. Write it down. You realize it's usually one of two things. You either realize how much clarity you didn't have or how much clarity you have. Be one of those two. You'll be able
just write it down.
You'll be able to
fill the gaps, man.
You'll be able to determine the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And like Amara and I have said a couple of times in this podcast, the way to do hard things or long things is to not stop.
Yep.
You just start.
Yep.
Today you've done this.
Yep.
Next day you've done that. Today you've done this. Next day you've done that. So guys, that clear picture, then you knowing in incredible, painstaking detail.
Man.
What needs to go into input? See, if you want to be the next whoever it is that you respect in your field, yeah, this is what it takes.
Yeah.
There is no, we're trying to accommodate things so that we didn't set the standards. We came and met them.
We came and met them, bro.
We came and met them there.
Bro.
Know what that big picture is. Know in incredible, painstaking detail the inputs that needs to go into fulfilling that big picture. Stay aware of your priorities throughout the journey. The moment you start, like before that, like I said, implement ruthlessly,
man.
Ruthlessly. That's one of the things that Amara is superb at. It's one of Amara's superpowers. I will not lie.
I don't know. I don't know that.
It's one of Amara's superpowers, guys. God is indeed good. Stay aware of the things that are your priorities. If you need to read them every morning before you do this thing, you go through them.
Grant Cardone said he used to read his.
He used to write his goals down every single morning.
I was like, bro, maybe that's a lot, but I understand it now.
You understand why now?
I understand it now. It needs to be ingrained in your brain.
You see, it needs to become second. I say this thing a lot to like things that I lead or I'm fortunate enough to volunteer, and I tell them, see, If people are not irritated by what it is you stand for, you've not talked about it enough. You've they're like, yeah, your own is too much. Waiting.
Yes.
Everything, every time, game development.
Yes.
Every time this.
That's when you know
they are
not getting it.
Essentially.
Yes, they are getting it.
They are getting what you are about. If they are not irritated by it, no. There needs to be something that they this is what
this is.
So they need to be able to start predicting what you will say when they see your Instagram video come up.
Daniel, I was just going there. Daniel, I'm not looking up. I was just going there. Like when you said this, I was just like, this is a reminder to me too.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Keep that thing.
You hear one. But for real, guys, for real, man.
Bro, like you need to be about whatever it is you choose to be about without apologizing for
unapologetically.
If this is what you said within reason, legally, morally, ethically, however it like works for you. Yeah. This is what I want to be that will give me self-fulfillment and will make the world a better place. Unapologetically do it though, my guy.
Yeah.
And this is a word for when you are in the middle of the doing. Don't stop. And I'm saying this specifically why? Because things look like they're not working.
Bro.
But I need you to remember that you are a smart person.
I want to
and when
Thank
you thought about it, you were smart.
Yes.
And you evaluated pros and cons and said, this is a good idea.
Yes.
Don't now change that evaluation because you are going through what you should go through to get to the end. Keep going at it. If it's perspire, yes, perspire so that you will aspire. Abi now. Do it. This is what it takes, guys. Guys, stay plotting, stay scheming, be aware of your plans, be aware of your goals, be aware of where you are on the journey. Like you should be able to say, oh, I am this close and in this amount of time, I will get to this particular place. You should be that in touch with your life. Why? Because it's your life. You don't need any more reason beyond that. Why should I take your my life this seriously? Because it's your life.
Because it is. Like Daniel said in one of the episodes, take your life seriously enough so that you can actually.
Amara made me blow. I was like, who is this villain's boy?
That was the anti-vision episode. But anyway, guys, I wanted to just quickly speak on this. That by the time you begin to do this, don't naturally expect that life will give you everything you want on a platter. There will be challenges.
No, you've essentially told life.
I'm ready.
Bring it on.
Yes, that's what you've told.
That's what you've done. Guys, we didn't set the rules. These are the standards. We didn't set the rules. This is what became our mates. So I'm telling you.
Yeah. Life will throw those challenges at you. You might even experience setbacks. But whatever the case is, you are clear. That's the beauty of clarity. You pick yourself up and you remember the vision. You pick yourself up and you remember the
Keep
price.
That vision in mind. Keep that vision in mind. Keep the price in mind. That price that needs to be paid daily. Very important point. Like it has to be before your eyes, bro, every single day, man. Like this is what this costs. So that when you are having to say no to that hangout, to that 5K a month job, when you have to say no because you know that it doesn't align with your priorities. But it's a good deal now. You might not even be married or have a girlfriend or be planning to marry you. I'm like, this will solve plenty of problems. I know what you mean. I know what it's like. To be like, God, this is my life. Like, I can mess this up. But if so far you have that clarity and that conviction that this is what this is going to take, and I'm going to do it. What doesn't look like it, I'm going to say no to it. If you have that, someone says it. I think it was someone. I found that it was someone in the Beatles or whatever. I don't know who said it, but there's something I like to say. It is not over until you win. If you've not won, it just means it's not over yet.
Yes.
If you've not won,
very valid.
It is not over yet. Think about is it not the person that founded Starbucks? We've told the story before. He pitched almost or over 200 times. One product. Until it was over. Until he had won. It was not over. That is how you need to take your life. You impose your will. You've been saying this a lot. You impose your will on the universe and this is what I want. This is what I'm going to contribute. Nothing in this life to stop me.
Yeah.
Guys, stay plotting.
Stay plotting.
Stay scheming.
We hope
Be
you
very aware.
We hope you take a lot of things from this.
There's not one thing to take, man. Is every this you won't do this in one listen, I promise you.
Yeah.
See, you will, if not one listen will not be enough.
Yeah, I like how Daniel said by 2 years we should be able to say everybody who listens to this episode. It's clear.
It's clear. Like that. This is
clear.
Like we're being practical with you. What leading and living an extraordinarily ambitious life will look like.
Yeah.
Guys, you are going to be wildly successful. Bro, it's stupid. If you're listening to what we're saying and doing it,
bro.
God, you are going to be wildly successful.
Bro. It's just a function of time. That's all it is.
It's time.
That's all it is.
Stay in, show up every day, put in the work. All the things that you know are 0 to X platitudes. Well, we'll turn them into merch. We sell them so that you can have them. We'll make keyboard distance so that you are seeing it every day on your work desk, your mouse pad.
Yeah.
We'll make screensavers for you. Show up every day. We'll do our farm.ng, be sending frames to you. Shout out Juliana. Juliana is showing up every single day. That's one of our really, really amazing friends.
Showing up every day.
Superstar. Showing up every day.
So guys, as always, we thank you for listening. We thank you for spending time with us for this 1 hour. This is one of those episodes.
This is one of those episodes.
This is the first episode that breaks our convention.
Bro, like shattered it.
Breaks our convention, but I think
it was necessary.
It
was useful to do this. I think it was very useful to do this.
I think it was worth it.
Because as always,
we'll see you in the next one.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.